You guys are trying to take your training to the next level, and you want to increase your speed, your power, your conditioning, then you got to check out Phil Daru's 8-week heavy hitter boxing program. I'm telling you guys right now, it's no joke. To get your free workout video, click on the link in the description box.
You stupid fool. Did you really think you gonna hit me? Huh? Bam, bam, bam. Over.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? Well, Canelo Alvarez, he gets exactly what he wanted, which is to skip right over Jermall Charlo and Demetrius Andrade to fight Sergey Kovalev next. That fight is being targeted for the end of the year, but Virgil Hunter, trainer Virgil Hunter, he said some pretty interesting things. Matter of fact, he had a whole lot to say about Canelo Alvarez. But he said that he was surprised, basically, that Canelo Alvarez would move up to 175 and put himself in a, quote, dangerous situation like this. He said clearly Canelo Alvarez, he sees something, and win, lose, or draw, he's going to get credit from the boxing world when he goes up against Sergey Kovalev. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and quote exactly what he had to say. Win, lose, or draw, he's going to get credit even if he loses, because he's got an out. He's there to be great. With his fan base, he's not going to be ridiculed, put down, or talked about. He's going to be put on a pedestal by daring to be great. Other fighters are going to be challenged to make the same move, end quote. Right there, Virgil Hunter, he actually gave Canelo Alvarez credit for making the move, but in other parts of that interview, he really criticized Canelo Alvarez and the WBC, which I'm gonna get into later on in another video. But when it comes to the Kovalev situation, Virgil Hunter, once again, he's really wondering. He said, why? He keeps saying, why does he want to move up to 175? I don't understand why he wants to move up. Virgil Hunter, he also said he doesn't understand why Canelo Alvarez has not fought the other top middleweights in the division first, like the Jermall Charlos and the Demetrius Andrades. And the answer to that question is simple. Because Sergey Kovalev is a weaker opponent even at a higher weight class than a Demetrius Andrade, a Jermall Charlo, even a Billy Joe Saunders. I've already told you guys that this is a smart move for Canelo Alvarez if he's trying to be on the safe side. He goes up to 175 and knocks out Sergey Kovalev, which I truly believe he's gonna knock him out with a body shot. Because Sergey Kovalev, and this is the reason why Canelo is taking this fight, because Sergey Kovalev cannot take body shots. He is extremely weak to the body. I mean, we already knew he was weak to the body before, but after the Anthony Yarde fight, now it's even worse than I thought. See, before the Yarde fight, I thought Sergey Kovalev would still be dangerous to Canelo Alvarez. I thought it would at least be a 50-50 fight, but I slightly leaned towards Canelo. But after watching the Yarde fight, I don't give Kovalev a chance at all, other than a lucky punch. I don't give him a chance at all. There's no way he can go 12 rounds with Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez loves to go to the body. Canelo Alvarez is good at going at the body. You know, some fans, they think when Canelo is going in there with a tall fighter like Rocky Fielding, oh, look at, he beat a tall guy. That's impressive for him to beat somebody so tall. But what some of you fans don't understand is, just like a tall fighter can use that as his advantage, a shorter fighter can use that as his advantage as well. Think Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, he said that his height, it actually gave him an advantage in the ring against the much taller fighters. Because when you're shorter, it's easier to bob and weave and go up under the punches, but it's also easier to land body shots. You're closer to the body when you're much shorter than your opponents. That's what we seen when Canelo knocked out Rocky Fielding, and that's exactly what we're gonna see when Canelo fights against Sergey Kovalev. It's crazy because you guys may recall when Abel Sanchez, Golovkin's former trainer, when he said when Golovkin sparred with Sergey Kovalev, he knocked him out in sparring with a body shot. And Abel was saying, yeah, he was right over there in that corner. He was damn near over there crying like a baby, when he got caught with that body shot. Now, that statement means even more. Now, after I see these fights with Andre Ward, the fights with Anthony Yarde, yeah, man, I don't see Kovalev having that much of a chance. So in this fight, Kovalev's height is actually going to be an advantage for Canelo Alvarez. So that is the reason why Canelo is taking this fight. Once again, it's obvious Canelo Alvarez does not want to face any of the top lightweights, the ones that are in their primes, the undefeated ones. He wants to fight the one that has already been knocked out twice and is close to the end of his career. But when it comes to Canelo Alvarez being on the safe side, it's definitely the smartest move that he can make, because there's no doubt about it, he is going to get the credit. And he deserves credit. Like, don't get me wrong. He does deserve credit. If Canelo goes in there and he knocks out Kovalev, even though Kovalev's already been knocked out, and like I said, he's weak to the body, it still will be impressive considering the fact that Kovalev just came off of 2 great wins. He avenged the loss to Alvarez and then came back and knocked out a young, undefeated Anthony Yarde. And for someone like Canelo to move up in weight and knock him out, that would still be impressive. But it would still be a situation where Canelo Alvarez is not facing the most dangerous opponents in his own division. Canelo Alvarez should be cleaning out the middleweight division. He should make it clear that he's the best middleweight in the world. All he's doing right now is making fighters like Andre and Charlo and even BJ Saunders look more dangerous. He's making them look more dangerous. So once again, when you fans try to defend Canelo by saying, once again, who has Charlo fought, who has Andre fought, etc., 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 you need to be telling Canelo Alvarez these things. You need to be telling Canelo, you need to be trying to pump him up. You need to be saying, come on, Canelo, I believe in you. I know you can beat these guys. They haven't fought anyone, so they're easy to beat, Canelo. That's what you guys should be telling Canelo Alvarez, because clearly Canelo Alvarez doesn't even agree with you. So I don't know why you guys go on the internet constantly saying, who have they fought, who have they fought? Canelo Alvarez, he doesn't feel that way about these guys. Canelo, he feels that these fighters are more dangerous than a light heavyweight champion. So once again, if you guys are going to say something, say it to Canelo Alvarez. Because if Canelo Alvarez was only trying to fight fighters that have fought nothing but monsters or whatever, he would have never fought Rocky Fielding. He would have never fought James Kirkland. He would have never fought Liam Smith. He would have never even fought Amir Khan. And Amir Khan was a welterweight that was known for having a very weak chin. Now, you could say that Amir Khan has been in the ring with everyone. Sure, he has. But he's a welterweight. You see? So once again, the excuses that the fans make is never in accord with what the guy they're defending is even saying. Canelo Alvarez, you ain't gonna never hear Canelo say these things about Charlo or Demetrius Andre. And keep in mind, guys, do you guys remember when Canelo wasn't fighting Golovkin, Canelo used to be criticizing, talking bad about Golovkin's resume. He used to be talking bad about him. Do you guys remember that? He used to be talking about how Golovkin has just been cherry picking. He hasn't fought anyone. Why hasn't Canelo ever said this about Charlo or Demetrius Andre? Because Canelo Alvarez, he respects those two fighters. And he knows that those two guys are extremely dangerous. But we already know actions speak louder than words. And Canelo's actions tells the whole story. See, Canelo Alvarez fans, they want to basically say, hey guys, don't pay attention to what Canelo Alvarez is doing. Pay attention to what I'm saying as a Canelo Alvarez fan. But it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. So I'll close out with saying this. This is not going to be a dangerous fight for Canelo Alvarez. If anything, it's going to be just as dangerous as any other fight that he's ever been in. But it's not going to be Demetrius Andre, Billy Joe Saunders, Jamal Charlo type dangerous fight. This is going to be more of a Rocky Fielding, Amir Khan type of dangerous fight. I truly believe Canelo Alvarez, he will knock out Sergey Kovalev within 6 to 8 rounds. And if he does that, once again, it'll still be impressive. But Canelo Alvarez, he has a lot of unfinished business to do in the middleweight division. Hopefully he takes care of that. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
external rotation of the shoulder, and back in.